What are you looking for, baby?
Shaggy!
Shaggies! Here's a little one. Yes! What a sick.
Choo!
Better bleep that. Oh, that's a ripper of a shaggy. That's a rip snorter.
Hey, welcome to Choo. My name is Jacob and I'm so excited because the first edible mushrooms of the season have popped up in my very front yard, which has instantly triggered my obsession with mushroom hunting. And now, that's all I can think about. In fact, that's all I'm dreaming about. So for the next 4 months, I am going to be chronically obsessed with mushroom and mushroom foraging and just foraging in general. But that obsession is actually a good thing because it means I get to share it with you. So in this video we're going to be talking all about the shaggy ink cap, or lawyer's wig, a shaggy mane, but it's got a whole bunch of different names scientifically. Caprinus comatus. This little dude is one of the weirdest yet highly sought after edible mushrooms out there, and so in this video I will be your guide on how to correctly identify this guy in the wild, how to cook it, a few do's and don'ts, and some potential toxic lookalikes. So if you, like me, have a borderline sexual, well, sensuous perhaps, obsession with mushrooms, then this is the video for you. So stay tuned. So what Okay, buddy. Hey, buddy, I'm trying to record a video here, okay? I love you. So what makes this particular mushroom so interesting is that it undergoes a process called deliquescing, basically self-digesting. Pretty early on in its life cycle, it starts to turn to black, gooey mush, like black ink, hence the name the ink cap or shaggy ink cap, which whatever. It's because it basically secretes a black ink, which apparently people back in the day used to use as ink. This process of self-digesting, deliquescing, basically aids with spore distribution. Remember, a mushroom's sole purpose is to distribute spores. A mushroom is just the fruiting body, as we know, of a much larger organism, mycelium, underground. Its sole job is to spread those spores, and when a shaggy ink cap pops up, the first thing it does is just brutally digest itself and turn itself into goo, basically disintegrating itself in order to spread its spores better. I guess it liquefies, wind and water can carry that away, which is pretty fucking metal if you ask me. Like, that's a badass way to go, dude. However, what this means is if you wish to eat this mushroom, you're gonna have to pick them when they're pretty young before they start melting, because it's just not that desirable, it's not that flavorful. And the other thing is, once you pick them, you're gonna have to cook them pretty quickly, because once picked, once detached from the mycelium network, it will rapidly increase the rate in which it decomposes. Check out this time-lapse footage I took of a shaggy ink cap digesting itself once being plucked from last year. Now, I'm not a very good photographer, so you'll have to excuse this, but it's pretty fascinating. So shaggy baggies, that's what I like to call them. They're mostly found in urban environments, disturbed environments. It's just they are detritivores, so in other words, they are saprotrophic. They like to eat rotting bark matter, so anywhere you're gonna find fields of grass, decaying matter, like I found ours, as you saw from earlier, in the front yard, because there's a whole bunch of leaves. It's autumn, so the leaves are dropping, they're rotting. They drop every year, so there's an abundant food source. There must be a ton of mycelium under there, because they roughly pop up in that same spot every year.
They love this detritus. That's the best. That's why we don't pack up our leaves. This sort of shit is shaggy city. Nice and gentle. Because they usually grow there. We used to have a hay bale here. Yeah. That was where our hay was, and they used to grow under that. And now, shaggies. Fucking love a shaggy, eh? Now, what I usually do, this is why I keep this here every season. Oops. Can you get those leaves for me? And then just pop that around. Yes. Now we let it grow up, and that's dinner. If we get another 10 of those. So where there's mulch, where there's gross shit, where there's grassy fields, you're gonna find shaggy ink caps, or you may find shaggy ink caps. Like most mushrooms, not all, but most, you're gonna find them when it gets a little bit cooler and when the rainfall increases, and probably you're only gonna find these things in like temperate climates. So the most notable feature obviously is the black ink and the shagginess of the pileus, which is the cap essentially. A little bit brown towards the top, and they're gonna have a nice long stem with an annulus, which might fall down. The annulus is a little ring that goes around the stipe or the stem of the mushroom. It might not always be present because it does tend to fall off. There are 3 toxic lookalikes, I guess you could say. The shaggy parasol,
the false parasol, and the common ink cap. Now, the shaggy parasol and the false parasol, they will not disintegrate. They will not deliquescing, or however you fucking say that word. So they're not going to have that ink. They're not going to disintegrate. So the common ink cap is the most similarly looking mushroom to a shaggy ink cap, though quite different in the sense that it's going to be more bullet shaped in its pileus, its cap, as opposed to long and cylindrical. It's not as shaggy. It has sort of different coloration on there. If you put them both side by side, you can quite easily tell the difference, but from a glance, it might be confusing. So if you're not 100% sure, again, make sure you know exactly what you're doing before you go mushroom foraging. Do your research, and I don't mean like do your own research. I mean, look at other people's research. Go out with somebody who knows what they're doing. Get yourself some books. Really compare before you do anything. The funny thing about this mushroom, common ink cap, is that it's not inherently toxic on its own, but more when you consume alcohol. So when you are slightly intoxicated and you consume this mushroom, that's when, for some reason, I'm not really sure of the science behind it, that's when you can get sick. There are very few deadly mushrooms, like mushrooms that will actually fucking kill you around. There are some, and there's probably quite a few we don't know about that is rarer or in harder to reach places, or people just haven't ate them yet. So you don't have to be too concerned, but it's still, this video, I just have to say this for legality, is 100% a reference only, alright? But when young, mushrooms often appear similar when they're smaller. So that's the main confusion. Once a mushroom starts to grow up, you can kind of tell that they're quite different. So take that into consideration. Right, I'm getting hungry, so let's cook some mushrooms.
Chop some garlic and chili with a shaggy mushroom cap. Leftover stew that's riddled with lamb fat. Sizzle, sizzle, pop, pop is the sound that I love most. Put all that shit on a piece of wholemeal toast. Basil and some parsley, some basil and some parsley is really, really, really fucking lovely.
Oh yeah, look at this, yum. That's a shaggy. That's a shaggy bit of toast. Mmm. Yeah, good.
So for the end of this video, I planned this whole bit out where I was gonna eat the mushroom and then melt and simultaneously explode, like similar to a shaggy ink cap, and then in like some weird sci-fi-esque rebirth, I was gonna magically appear and grow out of this pile of goop, then sit up on the couch all dripping wet with slime and do the sign out, you know, hit subscribe and all that kind of stuff. But then I realized I have no fucking idea how to do that. I don't know how to do like special effects or 3D rendering, or I have no 3D software. My computer's a piece of shit. I'm halfway through editing this gory explosion. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I guess that's the end of the video. You know, sometimes there's no big finale. It just ends. That's just life, baby. Sometimes it just fucking ends, just like this video. That's a bit grim. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, all that shit. And if you want to learn more about foraging, or just have some more references, or watch me muck around in the woods, be sure you check out our foraging playlist, because I got a ton of videos there, lots of different mushrooms. I really love mushrooms. There's also other things in there. We do blackberries and olives, and I can't remember, but check that out if that's your jam. Leave a comment if you have a recipe or something for shaggy ink caps, or if you want to suggest another type of content or video you want me to make, let me know. Otherwise, go on our website, check out our calendar. You can come and see me, come right up to my face. I'll be selling my hot sauces and other things there. I might even have some mushroom-based products from foraged mushrooms, which is really cool. So come say g'day. If you watch my videos, or have seen me in a video, or seen this video, and you see me out in the wild, come say g'day and be like, yeah, fucking oath. I love you very much. Yeah. Well, fucking see you later. Okay.
Alright. Okay. Nice. Out of tune. Alright. So I'm running out of time, so I'm just gonna fucking improvise this. We'll watch the video back. Got some idea of what I'm gonna sing. Let's fucking have a look. Okay, it's recording. Okay, here we go.
Chop some garlic and chili with a shaggy mushroom cap. Leftover stew that's riddled with lamb fat. Sizzle, sizzle, pop, pop is the sound that I love most. Put all that shit on a piece of wholemeal toast. Basil and some parsley, some basil and some parsley is really,
The guitar's not even tuned. Alright, fuck this. I got work to do. I gotta make some hot sauce, motherfuckers. God damn it, Jesus.